Okay, the last comment is from AVP375R, who says, I went to a forums for CNC, and someone posted it's going to be about the Brotherhood of Nod before the First Tiberian War.
Yay, Dead Series, prequel. Yeah.
That would actually be interesting. I want to know more about the Brotherhood of Nod and their oranges.
I think they should do it as a comic,
their
not a game.
origins.
Do it as a comic or something, not a game.
Oh, it's a
Maybe
comic.
it could be like, what if they ever make another Tiberian game, they would have like a recap of what happened, including that little bit of storyline.
It's like an unlockable bit after you've done like the Nod bit.
Now wait, if you guys want to know about the prehood or prehistory of the Brotherhood of Nod, it's at the end of the Soviet campaign for Red Alert 1. You guys remember that, right?
Well,
Cain and his girl kill Stalin.
Yeah,
Yes.
but how did the Brotherhood of Nod develop? And
They developed from the Soviet Union, apparently.
okay, Walter. So, who is this Cain, and where did he come from?
He's from
Well, I
regular
don't-
Jack off that just thought he had enough.
Why did he start off being in the Soviets? Why did he decide to create the Brotherhood of Nod? How did he create the Brotherhood of Nod?
What did he do in order to create the Brotherhood of whatever?
He became a prostitute.
No,
If I
he
have to
became
pay
a
the bills.
prophet. He became a prophet, which is the same thing. No.
He became a money source?
What?
I want to know more
He
about
became a money source?
what?
No, I'm saying that he became a prophet, and I said same thing, referring it to the same thing as a prostitute. Prophet, prostitute, same thing, but I was joking.
You're hilarious.
I wasn't.
Okay, so that's all the comments done. Thank you guys for sending in your comments for that, by the way. If you have any more comments involving CNC in general, whether it's about CNC4, the new CNC coming out, or any of the CNCs of the past, by all means, we'll be all happy to read them out and actually be able to hear your thoughts on them. So please leave your comments. We'll be really happy to see what you guys say.
If you're interested in creative responses to the comment section below, or on Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah,
This is equals Exploder, and I approve this message.
there you go. And
So tell me, Forum, what is the real question that we're debating about?
yeah, okay.
Stop talking your...
Okay, now we can actually get to the real reason as to why we are doing this, and the real reason is the new CNC.
Finally.
Now, obviously they've announced the new Command & Conquer. Everyone's like, "Ooh, what could this mean? Could it be the revitalization of something which has died? Or could this possibly mean the death of a series that we absolutely love? We don't know. But, yep, we're here today to actually speak of our thoughts on the game, as well as actually ask you guys for your thoughts as well, and get the debate going out there. I would like to start this thing off by bringing out my idea. So we've seen basically Command and Conquer, the Tiberium side of it anyway. Seen how that's developed and how it's supposedly ended. Quote marks, because they could potentially bring it back and go behind on their word again. But we'll soon see.
Yeah, but they're good at doing it.
Yeah.
I actually think that the storyline there has ended. I think I'll go ahead and finish what you're gonna say. I'll add on to it.
Alright, so here's my idea of what the new CNC could potentially be. The new CNC, in my opinion, what I would love to see of the new CNC3 anyway, but many other people are asking for, is the obvious, Generals 2. Like, we're looking, like, come on, Generals was awesome, and I think we can all agree with that, it was awesome. And people are begging for a sequel. There's only one issue with the fact of asking for a sequel of Generals 2 though, which
And what would that be?
well, I completely understand the issue as well that some people are bringing up. It's the issue of, do you want to make a sequel of a game which stood so independent yet stood so strongly on its own, that would you want to potentially ruin or tarnish the reputation that it's given by
You
making a
have
sequel?
nothing to lose, Don. A game on its own will remain its own. For example, people said they liked Red Alert 2 better than Red Alert 3. But just because they like Red Alert 2, they're not going to down the whole Red Alert series just because of a script with Red Alert 3.
Yeah, but
CNC
that-
series
that
is
puts
still
a-
good, even though CNC 4 was a flop. Go on, Killer.
That puts somewhat of a bad reputation on the entire sequel. But
Not much. Each
See-
game has
Oh.
its own accountants.
If someone enjoys a game, they will buy the ones before it if they bought it into like CNC3. I bought Red Alert 2 first, and then realised that there was Red Alert 1, of course, and I went on to buy those, and they were all amazing.
you bought
But
it.
but if you get something like, if you get a game like Generals 2, and people are like, yeah, that game wasn't very good, they aren't necessarily going to go back and buy Generals 1.
That is a little bit of a concern for me because the credibility of EA games producing quality games has deteriorated over time. You guys have realized this, right?
Well, yeah, they've gone.
Oh
from
yeah, how can you not notice
Yeah,
it?
they've gone for a company that has treated their fans with respect and really wanted what their fans wanted, to now just saying, "Fuck the rules, I want money."
Okay, we
Seriously.
take one game, we reskin it. Step 3, step 4, profit.
Yay!
There you go. So yeah,
And-
that's my kind of view on what I would expect the next CNC to be. But let's move on to the next guy and see who we got. Let's move on to Dave. So Dave, what do you think it's what the next CNC4 will be?
I don't know, to be honest. Hopefully not a CNC4.
If they do, I'm gonna fucking, like, never gonna buy any other games from EA. And
Well, keep in mind that this is
that's
not.
the blue.
This is technically not EA that's creating this game anymore.
Oh yeah,
correct?
it's 3 games.
EA Sports. It's in the bank. That is what they think now, isn't it? I mean, they've got all these employees, they've got all these games getting thrown out every year, and they've got the money for it.
For some reason, they're able to pull off good games like Call of Duty, but they're not able to give that same quality to CNC.
Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of,
Dragging their feet.
dragging our feet. Like, I don't know. Profanity's not tolerated in this show, is it?
No,
No? Okay,
It's
never mind
just-
then.
I don't know.
Well, Dom said export has said the F word.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if that is
I
classified.
think we've all said it.
yeah.
Okay, well, honestly, in my opinion, I think EA is now shitting on their strategist customers.
Okay,
Pretty much.
that's
Yeah,
I mean, seriously, they want to make the shooters happy. And I don't even know why. It's probably easier to make a shooter happy than a strategist happy.
Point and click, point and click. Oh, this guy's dead. Hey, look, chopper. We'll take this guy down. I'll get thrown C4. It's gonna go miles, and I killed him. Oh, check out this knife kill. Oh, look how silent it was. He clearly didn't scream at all. Yeah.
yeah, that's absolutely lovely. There you go. So
Lol.
Dave's not quite sure. Let's move on to Walter. So Walter, what do you think could happen?
I think, like I said, I can have a couple opinions. Mind if I state multiple opinions?
Well, go more along the lines of the opinion that you have more of a feeling towards.
Okay, more of a feeling towards. If they want to do a whole new game engine, I could suggest a hybrid between a shooter game and an RTS game.
Oh,
This
like
hybrid,
between the two.
the hybrid would be like only for multiplayer only. It would still be an RTS game, but the multiplayer aspect, there could be like one game would have like maybe a handful of commanders, maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4 commanders, but there would be so many positions for shooters.
Once
And
again,
you-
you're talking about Renegade or something like that, right?
And I'm talking about CNC and Renegade. Like, Killer, say I'm making a base and I want you to be a minigunner. I'd train a minigunner and I'd have it so you are that minigunner. And I'd send you and a couple of the
Oh,
miniguns
but I
out
don't-
with you. So you're playing the shooter game, but I'm playing the RTS game, and we're still playing the same game.
But I don't want someone to be a commander and someone to tell me what to do. I want to be a soldier and run around and make my own decisions.
For the most part, you would be able to, but there'd be a line of communication. I could give you reinforcements. Just think about it, Killer.
And they actually do have a few games like that in Renegade, but I know what they're getting at. Like I do want one game where there was one commander in particular that had one specific job, and it was at the very beginning. Like they have 5 free minutes to simply build up their base and get their economy up. No units are allowed outside of the base except for the commander who's constructing the base, and the war will go out either really well or really crappy depending on how well the enemy and you have placed their base defenses and their base in general.
Now, wait a second, Killer. Like, are you speaking if a commander just enters into a battlefield where a battle's already being waged? Or are you talking about straight from the beginning, you get 5 minutes?
Straight from the beginning, the commander gets 5 minutes to build up his base.
So it's exactly like Supreme Commander 2 then,
Yeah,
right?
the rush timer.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot like that. But
I mean, that's already made. I would assume, like, maybe if you wanted to try to jump in the middle of a game, you would have 5 minutes to build up your base.
No, you'd
But that-
nuke, wouldn't you?
But the reason why I say that is because I don't want the enemy to just screw building a base and attack while the enemy is building their base peacefully. And they
Killer,
have
it's called Art of Conflict. You need to know when to build your base, when to attack, when to get your economy up, when to defend.
yeah, but it's called
It's-
rush. It's called
Okay,
rush.
Dom, I want to hear your opinion. I'm listening to Killer all day. I want to hear some other opinions out there.
Okay.
You already heard my
Could be interesting, but I mean, there would be lots of, like conflicts and stuff. Because as Killa said, if you were like the FPS shooter and you were the commander, you couldn't really, you're the person. If he was a bad FPS player,